Hello, how you doing? Welcome back. Sorry for doing a movement like that. I'm very excited about this year. I've got lots of things that I want to create for you and share with you and hear from you about. And we're going to get started. You're going to get loads of videos and loads of things. So no matter where you're watching or listening, do subscribe because there'll always be updates. Today, I want to say something which I hope will give you a balance of some grace, comfort, and a sense of it's all going to be okay. And secondly, to assure you in advance that it may be a little bit trickier. Okay, instead of talking about riddles, let me tell you what I mean here. January in this calendar at the beginning of the year can feel like January, let's go, let's do this thing. First week of January, like I walk past, there's so many gyms around near where I live. I don't go to any of them. I do go to yoga and I run, but yeah, literally the doors are opening, the slidey doors, there's people queuing at the front desk, everybody's buying fruit and veg, there's that whole thing. And that is a really great thing. I think that reset moment is always good for all of us if it works. However, I have come to the realization that I want long-lasting change. And when I am creating a habit or shifting into a new way of doing things, I unfortunately have to be really patient with myself because my natural tendency is to want it like, okay, so I've signed up for the thing and I'm like, I'm going, come on now, let's see all the changes. And last year I made a commitment to do hot yoga because it's one of those things, and I think this is the thing in all areas of life, is finding something that works for you, that feels good, but it sort of ticks all your boxes. And yeah, that is that thing for me. I know some people love rollerblading or swimming or whatever it might be. But I went back April the 4th, because I know that my contract or my payment goes out on the 4th. Anyway, April the 4th last year, I was like, I am going back to hot yoga. I'm going back to hot yoga, everybody, at the house. I'm doing this thing. And I went. Like the first month, I think I did about 20 classes, which in a month of 30 is, yeah, very, very frequently. And I got to the end of the month and my trousers felt a little bit looser. Like I'd felt like I'd had a good stretch, but I couldn't do half the things that they were doing. I thought I would have made way more progress. And I almost got to the point where I was like, well, that's a bit annoying. Like that's going to take a bit of time then, isn't it? And I started having all of these like, kind of, I don't know, stroppy teenager moments with myself. And then I stopped and paused and thought, you're just going to need longer. You haven't been for a while. You're just going to need longer to make the transition, to build up the habit, to remember to your body that it does have some kind of core strength. It may be hidden, it may be have moved somewhere else, but it's going to take some time. And as soon as I shifted out of that Veruca Salt mentality of like, I want it now, I want a golden goose daddy, and realized, come on kid, you've just got to keep going back. You've just got to keep doing it and seeing and experimenting and being in the room. Anyway, I am now 9 months on, and 9 months is significant to me. I think it's that thing of having had children, even though it's not 9 months, it's 10 months. But anyway, yeah, that moment of understanding what that can look like and how your body can change in that way. And now what I'm finding is suddenly even though it's a very kind of quiet, polite yoga class, I sometimes have a moment where I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm doing chaturanga arms. Oh, I've got a bit more strength. I've got a bit more space. I can do this thing. And so what I want to share with you today is to give yourself some wiggle room. Whatever it is that you want to go, wherever you want to go with this, firstly, ask yourself if the change that you want to make, is it something that you want to incorporate as a kind of life change? So, for example, if social media is your thing, or where you're sort of saying, right, till the end of January, I'm going to really limit my social media time, or until the end of January, I'm going to make sure that I'm eating more fruit, or I'm going to drop the booze, or whatever it is. Are these things that you just want to do for a short amount of time, or are they things that you want to incorporate in the rest of your life? And if they are that latter of incorporating in the rest of your life, you might have to be a little bit gentler with yourself. You may have to say, okay, well, maybe I won't be quite so restrictive in the beginning because I know that I want this to be part of my long-term change. And I think this was the thing with yoga, is that temptation when you go back to something, and certainly that first month for me was to feel like, right, I've got to push and I've got to do option 3 and I've got to do all of the things. And actually, because I was so not connected to my body at that time in any shape or form, I knew that if I pushed and pushed and pushed, I was going to cause myself an injury, or somebody else if I was trying to, dangle on my shoulder or something like that. So this is just a reminder today, is to know whether this is like, oh, I did this thing for 3 weeks, tick, or whether you need to give yourself some grace, some wiggle room, some understanding that it's just going to take a bit longer. And you may need a bit of support and help with this. And I can offer that in terms of your personal branding stuff. If you want to really make significant changes in your personal brand, and you've done the workshops, you've done the seminars, you've listened to the podcast, you've read the books, or whatever it might be, it usually gets to that point where somebody goes, I need to do this more consistently, or I need to have the level of support that is almost jogging alongside me. We don't jog, don't worry. And I felt like that sometimes, where I've done all of the things, and then sometimes I've gone, I need to commit for the next 6 months and focus on this thing, or the next year, or the next 3 months, or the next 12 weeks, or however you do it. And so today I just wanted to say that I offer that service, and I can be with you every step of the way for the next month, 3 months, 6 months, really guiding you and supporting you and reminding you what you want to create, what you want to be, do, have and feel and build ultimately. Because we get so busy, we get pulled in all kinds of different directions. And if we are not diligent, I guess, about it, is that suddenly another month goes by and you're like, oh, I said I'd do that thing and I haven't done that thing, and now that's annoyed me. So if you are looking for more support, more guidance, more encouragement, another set of eyes on what it is that you're trying to do, come over to my website, nickyraby.com. There are loads of testimonials and stories and different ways that I can help you. So have a read, get a cuppa, come to me with any questions, and let's have a chat. That's it for today. I'm going to yoga tonight. That is my commitment to myself. But again, I know even 9 months in, I'll be like, can't do that. It's all right. It's all right. It will all come. Interesting. All right. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. I'm sending lots of love, and I'll see you very soon.